Hello, hi.
Hi, Diego.
That you asked a question that was, what's the point to do something different in this insane world? But this question, I mean, the answer to this question is already within the question. What else can we do? What else can we do? Because if we are already a zombie and totally unable to think individually, independently, and privately, that's fine. It's done deal. Just to follow the steps, the boxes, the structure, according with the culture where you live, or the culture where you went, or another culture. Maybe you have to cling to another culture like the New Age. But if you are sensitive and intelligent, your mind is full of doubts, questioning. Because I'm sorry, why are we questioning ourselves so much? What do you think the mind of most of the people does? The mind of the many chatters, blah 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 blah, everlastingly chat, chatting, chattering. But the mind of the intelligent mind questions, and most of the time is overwhelming. It has been overwhelming for all of my life because I've been questioning for all of my life. Life, normality, not reality is what it is. Normality. Why normality? Why reality is something and normality is something else? Then we say there is no such thing as normality, but to be homosexual is not normal, okay? Which actually makes me think through a certain line of normality, through a normal linearity. Or perhaps I'm saying that there is no normality because it's cool. It gives me like the patent as a smart person because I'm intellectually clever enough to question normality. I like to talk about these things. So I say that there is no normality, but to be gay is not normal, which actually means that there is some kind of normality. The moment I say that there is something not normal, I'm actually saying that there is something normal. So,
Exactly.
so from a point of view, I'm. You see how little we think. Is an oxymoron, a paradox. From a point of view, because it's convenient to my clever appearance, the way I want to appear, I say there is no normality. Another person says, wow, wow, you are more than everybody else. And then I say that that's not normal, which actually makes something else normal. Therefore, I believe in normality by going around. Then, what your sister was doing is why using you to show him what she wanted him to see, but through another person. Why do you think, especially on the social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, people like so much to post quotes by other people, and very rarely they write their opinion? If I mean, I'm sorry, there is nothing wrong in using a quote of someone else just because I feel compatible, I feel an affinity with the other person. Can be whatever, whoever he is. Dalai Lama, Buddha, Jesus Christ, or just a philosopher. But why I insist almost every day? If I like that concept, that quotation, that opinion, why don't I express myself according with my opinion, not an opinion of someone else? It's clearly self-protectiveness. I want to show to the others, my friends, other people, that I think in a certain way, but I do not want to expose myself because it's too much. I'm afraid. that someone asked me perhaps, what? Why did you write something like that? I'm afraid to answer. If someone asks me, why did you post the picture about that opinion by, I don't know, Jim Morrison? And I will say, okay, but don't ask me, ask Jim Morrison, just like it, but I'm not the author. Why are we so frightened to be the authors of ourselves? Another example, someone asks you to draw something like a paint, and most likely you say, no, but I'm not good. I'm not an artist. What does it mean? Can you take a pen, a pencil, and draw down something? Why are we so afraid, frightened to be judged? And then we question our act of questioning that springs out from our intelligence turns against ourselves, which means that intelligence turns against ourselves. Now I'm going to tell you something that perhaps I'm not sure if I told you already. That recently I began to share with the other people we are doing session with. I'm not sure if I told you already. When I was a kid, I've been stuttering for a very long time, more than 10 years. Actually, at school, primary, secondary school, in the family, with friends. But actually, I had not really much friends when I was during my childhood. With my brother, with my parents. Not really stuttering, but I wasn't able to speak. I was not even able to pronounce the first letter when I had to read something in the classroom, in public. When I want to express myself because I was disappointed or something in the family. Even when my parents were constantly fighting for most stupid reasons. And sometimes I really wanted to say, but what the hell? It was impossible to say it. I wasn't able to say it. It was extremely frustrating, believe me. It was massively frustrating. Massively.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Then at a certain point, I had to face the last examination of the secondary school. I had a commission of professors in front of me. There were 6 or 7 or 8, I can't remember. And they allowed me to write down, because they knew the situation. They allowed me not to speak, but to write down the thesis, the last examination that was required to enter the high school. And I said, no, I'm not going to write, I'm going to speak. Believe me that it was not possible to hear not even a needle falling on the ground, because they were shocked. At the beginning they thought that I have been faking for more than 10 years. But I was not faking. It was true. But I began to speak. And do you know what I said? I said, this system is simply absurd. This normality that you are trying to install into my brain is totally insane. I like to study, but what's the purpose to imitate, to repeat? And now I realized that it's never been really that I did not want to speak, that I was not able to speak. But now I realized that I did not want to speak. Because to me it was useless, meaningless, and even offensive, including with my parents. But now I want to speak. And fortunately I was lucky, because the commission was actually quite open minds, and they say, oh wow, but in another case, most likely they just they give you a bad evaluation, that's all. Or that maybe they say that is an indication of immaturity. No. Why? Why am I supposed to speak if there is nothing to say? Just to pass an examination, repeating, parroting something? No. But I used to mistake that because I translated into fear and questioning. But the truth is that I wanted to remain in silence. And there is something that I asked during that conversation with the professor that actually came to my mind just a few minutes ago when you were talking, because I never shared this with other people. I remember a question I asked them. They were supposed to ask questions to me, and they did, and I was able to answer the history, the Napoleon, the appropriate Italian spelling, and blah blah blah. But I asked them a question, and I suggest you to ask the same question the very moment another situation like the situation you lived 2 days ago reappears. It's a very simple question, very simple. But the answer to this question is massive. So rather than talking about what is normality and what is not normality, and then saying what is normal, and before I say that the normality does not exist, or rather than competing, uh, comparing, wanting to be more smart, putting down another person because I feel more superior, if I see that person questioning herself or himself and then crying. No, ask a question to your sister, to your mother, to their boyfriend, to whoever he is. The question is simple. Do we have a healthy mind? Please do not think about anything else. Be silent. Please, you in person in front of me, I'm asking you this question, and together, in the family, among friends, in the group, in front of a conference, I'm asking you this question that requires thinking, not chattering, thinking. Question yourself, do we have a healthy mind? Please do not say yes, please do not say yes. Audience, people, brother, sister, mother, do not say yes, please. And if you are going to say yes, I will formulate one more time the question. Please, this is not a competition, it's not a comparison, it's an invitation. Have we ever asked to ourselves this question? Have you ever asked to yourself, mother, father, sister, brother, whoever, have you ever asked yourself this question, not by clinging to a magazine about psychology? No. Not by measuring yourself with your friends and the rest of people, just because you are like them. Not clinging to your belief, because your belief gives you the pattern to be mentally okay. No, to yourself. Have you ever asked to yourself if you have a healthy mind, if we have a healthy mind? Do we have a healthy mind? Or we care more about the health of the body, spasmodically, maniacally sometimes? Oh, oh my God, I care about my spiritual health. Or my social health, to be compatible with society, with the family, with the friends. Or my linguistic health, to be like a Nazi spelling.
Did you say Nazi spelling?
Yeah, Nazi spelling. When a person is fanatic because he wants to speak appropriately, like an editor. Do we have a healthy mind? Look at the world. My gosh. Look at the church. Look at the temple. What is going on? Look at the community of spiritual people and New Agers. Look at the people in the street. Look at the statistics. Do we have a healthy mind, mother, father? Please. Do not look at me as your daughter. There's a value. Look at me as a person, as a thinker. Do not look at me as your girlfriend. Look at me as a person that as a living being, intelligent, that is asking this question, which is fundamental. No one is asking this question. We ask it to the psychologist. The psychologist says, sorry, do you think I have an healthy mind? Well, I don't know. Get a pill. Or we ask it to the drugs. Or maybe we ask it to the guru. The spiritual preacher that most likely will say, But if you want a healthy mind, you have to connect yourself with your spiritual guides, and that's the way. Okay, thank you. No, a healthy mind. Do you realize that you come from the original sin? You have to follow Jesus to get a healthy mind, in form of the paradise. Or maybe what about the enlightenment? That's healthy. Healthy. The enlightenment actually represents the end of the mind, because once achieved the enlightenment, there is nothing else I can do. There is nothing else I can think. Or, yes, I have a healthy mind, because I'm smart enough. By the way, smartness is not intelligence, are two different things. I'm smart
Yeah.
enough. I'm smart enough to say that there is not such thing as normality. But to be gay is not normal. Very, very healthy.
Third.
Very healthy mind. So, please, do not take it like as an offense. It's not an offense. It's an intelligent inquiry. Radical. Has never been so necessary as it is today. Do we have a healthy mind? And what does it mean? Can I be Catholic, Christian, Hindu, Muslim, spiritual, and have a healthy mind? Can I, if I really want to question myself, can I question myself that way? Please do not take offense. We are trying to think intelligently. You that are Christian, can your Christian belief be compatible with having a healthy mind? Do not pick up models that your parents are wonderful people and they are Christian, because maybe they are wonderful, yes, but they are stupid, superficial. You can be wonderful by going to the temple every day. What's the problem? But I'm sorry, to be wonderful doesn't necessarily mean that you are intelligent, that you are a free mind. Look at yourself. You are Christian. Please do not get offended because you believe that I'm attacking your belief. You are Christian, you are Muslim, you are a capitalist, you are Russian, socialistic, you are Hindu, you are a New Age, you are a think positive, you are whatever you are. You were not born with that. You were not born with normality, nor with anormality, whatever it means. Not with a belief, not with competition, comparison, none of these things. So the question is, can a healthy mind be compatible with a conditioned psychology? Can we? But I'm sorry. If I'm talking about these things, perhaps a person thinks that I'm crazy. But if I'm working as a broker in the stock marketplace in Wall Street, agitating myself, screaming like a rooster to make money, and moving my fingers, creating symbols, and destroying my mind and my body in order to not even making money, but making value to sell to, I don't even know what they are doing. That's perfectly normal. It's healthy. Actually, you have to be, you deserve some honor because you are a very hard worker. That's having perhaps a healthy mind. Or maybe can I can achieve an healthy mind by going diligently to the church and praying every what is required every morning or every Sunday morning, so to show to the rest of my villa that I'm a good citizen, I'm a good person, I'm a good Christian. Is this having a healthy mind? Can we?
Diego,
Yeah.
no, since you're talking about conditionings just right now, I remembered something that my sister's boyfriend said when I started talking about conditionings, and he said, "But how? But it's impossible to live without conditionings. We need conditionings to live." And he was not able to see past that. I mean, he kept trying to put situations and to defend this. I mean,
But it's actually, it has been like that for all the history of mankind. And next time, ask him, please, are you sure please, I do not to prove myself as more intelligent than you. I'm questioning intelligently. Are you sure? Is that is there really no possibility at all to live without conditioning? But I'm sorry, do not look at yourself when you have to answer. Look at mankind. Look at the history. We have to think historically, my gosh. Look at the history. What happened along the history because of conditioning? So you call yourself Christian, and I call myself Muslim, because I claim that we cannot live without conditioning, and we come to fight. If I'm saying, please ask to that person, please ask it for me, ask him for me. Please realize that if you claim that we cannot live without conditioning, you are actually saying that we cannot live without fighting with each other and in war. We cannot live without psychological confusion.
Well, actually, we got to that point, and he said that it's impossible that that the I mean, living in peace is impossible because it has always been like this, and it will keep going like this. It's utopia to think that this will change, something like that.
Okay.
That's how he responded.
It's okay, ask him. Are you responsible in saying something like that? If you claim to be responsible, then create another war to impose Christianity over other people, and then keep fighting forever. Keep fighting forever. If that you're actually claiming that you cannot live in peace, fine. Take responsibility for all the billions that died and cried along the history because of this idea. Do you realize that we were not born with conditioning? I'm not asking you to remember. You cannot remember, but that's not the point. We were all born without conditionings. Do not mistake reality with normality. Do not mistake normality with nature. Naturally, we were meant to be without conditioning, which actually means that conditioning are artificial. It's not that there is no possibility to live without it. We were born without conditioning. And you please take responsibility. You are actually saying that we cannot live without war. It is in the human nature to destroy ourselves and killing with each other forever. Forever. And then preaching, maybe like the Pope, peace, humility.
Love.
I'm sorry, but we are talking about a religious person.
Mm-hmm.
A religious person. I'm sorry. Well, being a religious person, you want to follow this and that to achieve the paradise in your future. That is supposed to be a place of peace. And you are actually claiming, again a paradox, that by going there you have to fight. Promoting this killing with each other that has been all over the place forever. You are not thinking, you are applying rhetorical models to justify yourselves. Because why? Why exactly a person behaves in this way? Because the moment I have a belief system, I'm supporting also its opposite. Each belief system. If my belief system is Catholic, Christianity, I automatically believe also in an opposite. If my belief system is goodness, I believe in the opposite, an enemy. If my belief system is to become a better person tomorrow, I believe in the opposite, the enemy of this belief system, which is the person I am today. And I'm constantly promoting fight. Each belief system is violence and produces violence. But what is a belief system? Were we born with a belief system? No. We adopt the belief system. And now we function. So, Of course, in order to protect my belief system, because I do not want to think out of my belief system, not even for a while, 1 minute. I want to think from within and through my belief system. Of course, I have to support these ideas. It's normal to fight, and then I say there is no normality. It's normal to live conditionally, through conditionings. It's normal. Why it's normal? Because it has been like that forever. And so it will be like this in the next 10,000 years until the extinction of mankind. It's normal. But you are saying that because who is the speaker? You as a thinker or your belief? You are protecting your belief because you fear to lose it. And therefore you create fight. As long as there is a belief, whatever it is, silent, hidden, or bombastic, there is fight. And not just fight. The need to disprove another person. If the person tries to challenge you intelligently, no. You are petty. You are inferior. You are wrong. I've been hearing this stuff for all of my life. All of my life. All of my life. You are wrong. It's wrong. You need a belief system. You need a condition. No. I don't want a condition. I don't want to think conditionally. I want to think. So, regardless of what is normal and what is not, and if we cannot live without conditioning or not, the question is, do we have a healthy mind? Do we have a healthy mind? Is a person that claims that we cannot live without conditioning a healthy mind? I'm sorry, it's not. A conditioned mind is not a healthy mind. I'm not saying that it's an insane mind, but surely it is an unhealthy mind, because it's confused, because it's frightened for something, fear to lose, fear to become something else, or to not become, fear that one day my belief will be disproven, so I need another, fear of losing the fake psychological security my belief is giving to me. So we fight for psychological security. We fight. We are ready to fight for psychological security. We are holding our psychological security so badly. Doesn't matter who you are, Christian, Muslim, spiritualist, or the political, ideological person, whatever. The psychological security is the pillar of, we believe that is the pillar of life. We cannot live without it. Where psychological security comes from? From the future? No. Not even hope comes from the future. Not even the second coming, the enlightenment, the hope for a better world, the hope for peace in the world, the hope for a... No, none of these things comes from the future, because the future is not here yet. Psychological security comes from the past. The accumulation of conditioning, information. Do this, do that, avoid this, avoid that, be good. Set your mind in a certain way. And all of this accumulation has been created by other authors, my family, my culture. Why a person become Christian? And because of what is natural, like the banana grows there and the apple grows there, naturally? No. You grew up there and you became Christian. You grew up in the other place, you became Muslim. And now you're ready to fight. To promote violence, saying that we cannot live without conditioning. That's the way. To fight forever. So what are we living for? Are we living to fight? Is that the purpose of life? To fight, to impose to someone else our our normality or anormality or whatever we like to call it? Is that the purpose of life? To kill. to suppress another person, to destroy, to manipulate. That's the purpose of living.
You know, you're talking about fighting, and I just remember that in that situation, their relationship, my sister's and her boyfriend, is based on constant, constant fights. And my sister turns to me and she says, "Oh, don't be uncomfortable by this, because this is the way we treat each other. It's normal for us."
Like when during, like you know this saying that within a couple, if you fight, actually you improve the solidity of the relationship. Okay, wow. So let's fight.
Or we fight for makeup sex.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you said the other time.
And so again, are we mentally healthy? Are we healthy psychologically? Well, I remember when I asked that question to the professor, I was maybe 13. Do you know what happened when I asked that question? The professor were looking with each other. They did not answer the question. They weren't able to answer this question. Are we? I'm sorry. Are we mentally? Is there some mental health? Are we mentally okay? Psychologically okay? And they weren't able to answer. Are we psychologically healthy? That I don't know what to answer. Maybe we should ask to the expert, the psychologist. He can say if we are healthy. According with what? A book of theories. And so, if I go to the church every morning, confessing myself and following the clever inventions of the priest, after all, I'm a healthy mind. If I preach about the divine, this, the sacredness, the divine, I'm a healthy mind. What's the problem? If I talk about total, absolute psychological freedom, I'm a weirdo. Or I'm evil. I forgot how many people told me that I'm evil. And I'm evil because I'm saying something about having a healthy mind that doesn't mean believe in positivity, which is separating the violence. Having a healthy mind is having not, not belief at all. It's not clinging to like a bombastic, like a powerful ideal. But look at the history, my gosh. We are responsible for the history, the future history, and our history. I'm wondering about, I would like to talk with that person saying, sorry, you that are saying that we cannot live without conditioning, therefore you are saying that it's inevitable to live in violence. Are you brave enough and courageous enough to educate your son, your Christian son, of course, your Christian daughter, your Christian future family, through these values? Please go ahead, please. Educate them to fight, to compete, to manipulate, to suppress with each other. Do it if you are responsible as a good Christian. Do it. Tell them what you just told me. Kids, 2 years old, 1 year old, 5 years old. The purpose of your life is to fight and to suffer everlastingly. That's why I gave you birth. Because me as a father, I'm very responsible. I gave you birth, I placed you in this world to fight, to kill with each other. Say that to your family. Or you are just chattering, opening your mouth, and something comes out from your conditioned mind as a software, programmed to do so. Please don't take offense. We are talking intelligently, you know? Intelligently, but are we intelligent? My gosh. Or are we moved by absurdities? We are promoting fight. We are promoting fight. Even when we promote, I'm promoting angels, I'm promoting the spiritual guides, I'm promoting the awakening, I'm promoting the positivity. I'm promoting violence because I'm separating myself from the rest of reality.
Not divine peace, it's still violence. It's still separation.
I'm wondering if these things are understandable. Maybe it's too early. But too early is too late. I think that humanity is running out of time. We can clearly see, we have the numbers, we have the statistics. I don't want to have an apocalyptic speech, but it's not my intention, but it's a matter of fact. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's too early. Maybe we have to wait another 10,000 years to evolve. Then we will laugh and cry by thinking what we were doing in the past. But I don't think we have another 10,000 years. I think we have few years, maybe a couple of decades, maybe 20 years. What are we doing for the next generation and for our generation? Promoting fight, and then I call myself a Christian. Are we thinking? Are we thinking, or are we just playing the smart? Because I want to put you. I'm smart. Who are you? Especially if you are female. You are you. You are supposed to cry, go back home and clean the dishes and cook something. Who are you to speak with me? I'm smart. My gosh. I'm a Christian, which makes me even more smart. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ask this question next time to people, family, whoever it is. And so I have to say another thing. If you really want to ask this question, please, if you have to ask this question to your mother, father, boyfriend, husband, whoever, even if you have the Pope in front of you, I would like to have set up a video talking with the Pope, conversation with the Pope.
It'd be interesting.
Please, when you have to ask this question, disintegrate the psychological picture you create of the person in front of you, whoever he is. We create psychological pictures of people, especially when we are in touch with people or when we know who those people are. So I have to meet the Pope. I'm very nervous because I'm going to meet a supreme authority. What the hell? It's just a person. Like me. Just like me. When I will talk with that person, am I talking with a person? With all of its limitations? Or am I talking with the picture I developed and society around me developed about that person, the values? So I'm frightened because, oh my gosh, I'm afraid to say something. What about if I have to meet an important figure like Deepak Chopra or an Edgar Tolle? Oh, I'm frightened because those people are smart and not. So I'm afraid that maybe they give me a checkmate, asking me something that I'm not able to answer. Then I become emotional. I cry in front of the audience. I'm talking with people that are limited because of their authority. What about when I'm talking with my parent, my mother, my father? When you talk with your mother, are you talking with your mother? Or are you talking with a person, just like you? Most likely, much more conditional than what you are. You are talking with a person. Mother is nothing. What does it mean, mother? Anagraphically, yes, okay, you are my mother. Anagraphically, because it's written somewhere. Biologically, yes. Genetically, you are my mother. I'm not denying that you are biologically my mother. You are anagraphically, according with the laws, according with the whatever, you are my mother. But please, I would like to talk with you, not with my mother. There is nothing wrong, it's just language. But that language carries a dramatic amount and weight of conditioning and values and bombastic, heavy, unhealthy, psychologically unhealthy labels and patterns. I want to talk with you, not with your mother, not with my mother, with you, as a person talking with another person. Can we? Can we do that without that value in the between? Or you, my sister, or you, my boyfriend, or you, whoever you are? Can we? Or maybe, according with that person, no, we can't. It's in the human nature to be conditional. So, I'm talking with my mother, I'm supposed to suppress myself just because of the value, because the value is natural. The value grows from the tree, just like a banana. I can see it just in front of me. I have a garden, there are trees, and they are all filled by values. Overwhelming sometimes that I'm not able to manage them. I can see just the coconuts in front of me, and something else that I don't even know what kind of fruit it is. Maybe values. So, sorry, why do we constantly mistake reality with normality? We create normality. We created normality. Reality is something else. Are we watching normality or are we watching reality? What does it mean to be a mother? Normality. But that's not reality. Only biological is reality. A cat is a mother until the kids becomes adult, then goodbye. Maybe they live together in the same territory. The cats, they became adults, and the mother of those cats. But we apply the value to the cat. You see that cat? That cat is the mother. But no one cares. They live just peacefully their life together, cooperating perhaps, or just to go away. No. I have to live close to my parents. In the name of what? Maybe there is barely communication. But I have to be close with my parents. I have to be close even if I'm living far away. I have to communicate with them, to call them randomly sometimes. But am I thinking? I'm not suggesting that you have to leave your parent. I'm not suggesting that. Why? But can I talk with my parents without the value of the cultural value? I'm not. I'm sorry. Where conditioning come from? Again, from the trees? No, from the culture. Does the culture grows naturally from the field? Can we see, if imagine a world without human beings, can we see the culture somewhere? And there's a culture, and then over there another culture, growing up from the field. Culture is man manufactured by man to establish a false psychological security. It's not natural, not homosexuality, which is actually is present in 1,400 species in nature, which mysteriously all of them are quite intelligent species. What is culture in nature? What is culture? There is instinct in nature, but not culture. Instinct is there to protect it, for the promulgation of the species. Culture is here to fight, to destroy the species, to destroy the psychology. And we call it, oh my gosh, we call it the human nature. Okay? We say that we cannot live without the conditioning that comes from the culture. But can we live in a culture, but without thinking through that culture? Can we? I'm sorry. For example, I'm living in Bali right now, which culturally is powerfully conditioned. The religions are everywhere, temples everywhere. Each house is a temple, ceremonies all the time. But I'm not thinking through their culture now. I'm not a Hindu. I do not do the ceremony every day, the offering. So, I'm a living example that I can live in a place which is dominated by a culture, but I do not live through that culture. I'm a living example. Why? Because I'm superior? No. So if I can do it here in Bali, living within a culture which is annoying enough, because they kill animals, they make noise all the time, and then choreographically, artistically, sometimes it's also fascinating if you are a tourist. If you live here, after 1 week, becomes quite boring because each temple is quite the same as a ceremony always. Also, but that's the cultural, the architectonical, musical, poetical aspect of the culture. That's fine. It's good for a future museum. Do not destroy the church. The church. I like personally churches when they are empty. But also, I like religious music, like the Gregorian chants and stuff like that. But that's not the point. That's the technical aspect. Psychologically, right now, I'm immersed into a culture which is everywhere. But I'm not thinking through the culture. I'm not a superior being. So, in my culture, where I grew up, can I think without my culture? But I'm sorry. Can we at least try to place this question intelligently, rather than competing and proving that I'm more smart than you? Can I think without my culture? Do an experiment, 5 minutes a day, please. Can I think without my... First of all, I have to detect how much my culture is present within my mind. I have to detect what is the percentage of my culture within my mind. Otherwise, I'm just a parrot. Blah, 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 blah. Jesus is good. And stuff like that. No. First of all, I have to do this profound act of intelligence to inquire in regard of the percentage of culture that I have in my brain. Then, can I think out of it? Because I personally can do it here right now. I'm not an Hindu. I'm not going to set up the offering for the next day. But I'm living in a place with culture is everywhere. Everywhere. Constantly. Can I be in a church without thinking through the church? Can I be in my psychology without thinking through my psychological church that I progressively build up all along my life? Can I? Can we? Are we psychologically healthy? Are we? That's the question. Can we be psychologically, naturally healthy if we believe in this and that, we follow this and that, we cling to this and that? Can we? Can we be psychologically healthy and simultaneously claiming that we have to fight with each other because that's natural? Can we? Can I be psychologically healthy and simultaneously I believe that we have to fight, and so I'm going to teach to my kids the same? Is this a psychological health? And so, but can we answer to these questions? Please ask these questions to these people. Place the question even mathematically. You that are claiming that it is in the human nature to be conditioned, to fight, to be subjected to a culture, a belief system. Can you be psychologically healthy in this condition? Please, because I would like to know the answer. And please do not ask rhetorically. Do not say yes. I'm sorry. Do not say yes. Do not even try. Because if you say yes, you are a living insult. Do not take offense, but if you answer yes, you are a living insult. You are insulting thousands of years of people who cried and died. Shut up. Do not say yes. Say something, but not yes. Think, please. Do you need a day to think? Okay, fine. I'm here to wait. I can wait 1 day. I can wait 1 year. Please think. Do not circumnavigate and saying something rhetorical. No. Can we give an answer to this question? The question is, can a conditioned mind, because you believe that we have to be conditioned, that's the nature, can a conditioned mind be healthy psychologically? Not physically, psychologically healthy? Is the human world healthy? If the human world is healthy, why are we living in an extremely insane society? Why? Always seeking for peace, for well-being, for preaching this mantra, we want a better world. The same mantra we've been talking about for thousands of years. Where is the better world? Okay, we have the technology, we can fly and blah blah, we go to the moon. I'm wondering what the purpose is to go in another planet if we are not even able to deal with our mind this planet. What are we going to spread in other planets? Fight even there? Because that's natural. So, if everybody wants peace in a way or another, you want peace by making a lot of money, the other person wants peace with Jesus and so on. What is peace? What is peace? We're supposed to live in peace. I mean, the whole Inquisition was killing other people and fighting in the name of the glorification of Christ. The Sacred Roman Empire the same. Islam in Arabic language means peace. Peace means English. Islam, peace means. It's not. I would like to cry because I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm supposed to cry or I'm supposed to laugh or I'm supposed to kill myself. Islam means peace. And you that are a woman, in the name of peace, you should shut up, take care of the family, marry someone which is 60 years old when you are 5, and wearing the burqa, because this you have to do that in the name of peace, and that's the human nature.
Right, you get
Oh,
people
come on,
beaten to a
guys.
bloody pulp or stoned, and that's peace.
What is wrong with us, my goodness? What is wrong with us? How can we? I heard recently another person. Gosh, at the beginning I was not able to believe in something like that. That person said something even up to the unbelievable, much worse than that. The person said, I do not believe in psychological conditioning. The human mind is not conditioned. Oh my God, oh my God. But please tell me in which planet you live because I would like to go there. I would like to, please tell me which planet you come from. I will buy the ticket right away. You believe that the human mind cannot be conditioned. So the kamikaze in Japan that were crashing with a plane to the ship, killing himself in the name of pride for Japan, but that was absolutely normal. He was born that way. Meant, meant to be. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Maybe I'm evil. Oh my goodness. So, the question is, are we psychologically healthy? Are we? Are we? We are not allowed to answer yes, please. I'm sorry. If you answer yes, I'm going to call you stupid. Do not take offense, but it's my responsibility in life to call you stupid. Please. That's the point. Anyway, values is another massive block. Can I look at my mother without the value? Can I even think about my family without the value? And what it carries, what it implies? And can I think about my belief without the value I'm giving to my belief? Can I? So to see what it is, the misery of our condition. Not to think positive, we are infinite potential, infinite possibilities, my gosh. And divine, and
Infinite stupidity, more like it. The guy's not said.
we are confused, stupid, messed up, proud for nothingness, moving dust forever. That's what we are. Product, the result of imitation. Imitation of conflicts, exploitation, spoiledness, fear. This is what we are. And so by concluding, what is the original question was, what's the purpose to know all this stuff if we are living this insane world? Okay, and what else can we do? Maybe we should fight, like that guy suggests. Maybe we should fight because this is the human nature, to fight, to kill with each other. Would we like this? Is this what we want? Or we wanted to think? Because at least I liberate my mind, and you liberate your mind, and another person, a minority, liberates their mind. And maybe, you have a feast which has some seeds inside, and in front of you there is a landscape of asphalt. What's the purpose to throw the seeds into the asphalt? But what's the purpose to not do that? You throw the seed, and have you ever seen those tiny blades of grass that even a snail can destroy them, but they are able to break the asphalt? Maybe nothing will happen, or maybe something will break the asphalt. Who knows? Surely, it's illogical to destroy the seeds, because who cares? Look at the landscape, it's all asphalt, there is no purpose to do that. But when we throw the seed, please, throw the seeds with no hope. If hope is superior than intelligence, there is no longer intelligence. There is just a drunkenness, no sobriety anymore, and conditioning.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Can we stop it now?